It's getting recorded now, and they're coming in. Siddharth, have you started letting them in?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I see the fluctuation. Okay. Somebody, Manvendra, can you write in the chat to everyone that we will start in exactly 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Let's wait for another 2 minutes for us to start the webinar because we can see that people are just joining in. So I hope you would wait for another 2 minutes.
I don't have that right. I think you will have to make me the co-host.
Siddharth?
Done. Done.
Yeah. And I'm going to enable the chat window for everyone, okay? Okay, we start at 11:03 exactly. Okay, I think we'll wait for the rest of the people to join slowly. And in the interest of time, because we have a lot to say to you, and I think you also have to ask a lot of questions. So to start with, welcome all, and thank you for being here on a Saturday morning to know more about the Lodha Genius Program 2025. I have a few requests to all of you. So we will try and take you through the program and we try to be as clear as possible, but I'm sure you will have a lot of questions. So when you are asking the questions, you can either raise a hand. So in the lower bottom panel, there is a hand raise thing which comes to you. So either you can raise a hand and we will unmute you and then you can ask questions, or else you can ask the questions in the Q&A box and not the chat box, because the chat box is a bit difficult for us to navigate and answer to each and every question of yours. So please do it in the Q&A box, okay, the question and answer box, which is in the right bottom panel. Okay. And so the format is the following. We try to wrap up all the detailing in another 20 to 25 minutes. And then for another 40 minutes, we will let the Q&A on because we want it to be very interactive, this webinar. And I know that there are a mix of parents, teachers, principals, educators, students here who are interested in this program. So since it's a mixed bunch, we are going to be very generic in the way we are going to present it. But please feel free to ask any questions, whether it's about the program or the details. Okay, so we start by introduction by Professor K. Vijayaraghavan, who is the chair of the Science Advisory Council of Ashoka University. And he is also a person who has conceptualized this whole program. So I guess it will be really nice for Vijay to come in and start the webinar. Vijay, over to you. Vijay, you're on mute.
Yeah, thank you very, very much, Ambika. It's a great pleasure and an honor to be here. Let me quickly, before I start, acknowledge my colleagues here. You've heard Dr. Anupama Ambika. She's leading this entire program. along with the Lodha Foundation. She's at Ashoka University, and Ashoka and Lodha are partnering with us. Prasnajit Patel, Kishore, Manisha Satyarthi, Manvendra Singh, Siddharth, and Rehan are here. And they've all been working really hard to continually improve, change the program, and respond to all your questions. Okay, now, one of the important questions which came to me over 2 years ago in discussions with people in the government, in Ashoka, in schools, and so on, is at the foundational level, the excitement of science and the possibilities of science are somewhat perhaps getting clouded in a situation where people are being channelized into career-dependent options. That is, it's their career options, which are not unimportant, which drive them, and not their enthusiasm or interest in other areas. And their interest and enthusiasm in other areas are also somewhat stifled because of this drive to get into this place or that place and do your career. Which, by the way, I'm not saying is a negative thing, but it's important to keep a totality and a perspective. So in that context, we were very fortunate that we had discussions with the Lodha Foundation, and they and people like Ambika and others came up with an extraordinary program, which is what the Lodha Genius Program is, which is now going into its next year, in 2025, its third year. Now, the point about the program, first of all, let me say this, is it's fully supported. You're flown over to campus, and your accommodation and your stay is fully taken care of. And that's one part. But a broader part is this. There are two components to it. What happens on campus, and you'll hear a lot of details about that, and what happens after you go back to your schools. So students from the 9th, 10th, and 11th come. They're all together. They do an extraordinary range of courses. They have teachers who are the best in the world coming in science, in computer science, in astronomy, astrophysics, biology, you name it, earth sciences, environmental sciences. And so this is really an extraordinary immersive experience of a kind which is very rare to see anywhere in the world. In fact, I shouldn't say rare. I don't know of any program like this anywhere in the world, which addresses such a large scale, but does it with such high quality. The teachers, as I said, are absolutely terrific. There's time to interact with each other, with the students, with teachers. There's a great idea seminar where top scientists from all over the world and India come, and you can listen to them and interact with them. And there's enough time for you to go to the gym, play around, and relax and make friends. This bonding, along with high quality, is what sustains an interaction over the year. And every year we are scaling up this interaction outside as we are scaling up the size of the program itself. So next year, there'll be a little over 300 people coming, and everything is taken care of, as I said, and it'll be a most exhilarating experience. I should say that there are also other aspects, and I'm sure Ambika will go into that, that there are programs to follow up with you, to help you come back year on year, to have internship for students made flexible and available where possible, which fits their interest. And the result of all this is we're getting already very, very talented students from all over the country, from schools which otherwise wouldn't have had this opportunity, from areas where this opportunity is limited, and also from areas where people have opportunity, but they see new doors opening. So thank you very, very much. And I'll hand over to Ambika now to take you through. And if there are any questions, all of us are here to answer. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Vijay. And I think that was very important to know from the genesis and how we, carry on with this program. And we are fortunately, with all the support in the third year of the program, and we want to make it even bigger and better this year. So let's start what this program is about. So as Vijay said, it's a fully funded program. There is no hidden cost. It's absolutely free for all the students who are participating in it. And the age group we are looking at is from 9 to 12 standard students. So the Lodha Genius program starts with a summer at Ashoka University. So all the students from 9th to 12th will have to come and live in Ashoka University for a month, engage with us, do cutting edge science and mathematics. And then we follow you through different mentorship programs and academic modules all through the year until you come back into the program. So it's a year-round loop-in program. So I just want to start with this so that these words remain in your mind, because these are very important to take home. Okay, so right now, the picture that you can see in front, Prasenjit, can we go to the first slide, please? Thank you. Is the last cohort of the Lodha Genius Program. There's around 200 students sitting in front of the Ashoka Library. So this is a beautiful campus which is extremely safe for your students, because Ashoka is a residential university. And so there is no dearth of support for the safe living of the students who are coming into the program. So just wanted to tell you that, because I know that when parents and teachers, they send the students, it's absolutely valuable for them that the students or their children are taken care of. And we really guarantee you that. So next slide, please. Yeah, thank you. So basically, what does this program do to you, right? So why are we doing this program? This is because we realize that there's a lot of gap in between the school education and what you want, what you would see at the end of it, like when you enter into a new career. And if you want to choose a career path, there's a lot of missing gaps due to there's not enough knowledge, or there's not enough knowledge transfer which is happening between these two phases of your life, which is very important. So how we now help you achieve that is by building a totally new kind of pedagogy and curriculum, which will help you smooth transition into this phase. And of course, you're all brilliant, and you'll have all kinds of skill set and values. And so we want to work with you together on it in a very custom made, tailor made fashion to sort of empower you and take you through this entire journey. And how we do this is by giving you the required amount of access and exposure, because I agree that you are coming from great schools, great environment, but sometimes a real life view of what happens in a lab or what happens in an environment in a mathematical institute, all these trainings are important, and all these exposures are important for you to really achieve what you want and to also make use of your potential. Okay, so next slide, please. So we help identify the brightest students who has a lot of potential across the country, groom them and mentor them, and we will try to bring out the genius in you. So that is what Lodha Genius Program is about. And we keep motivating you throughout the year to participate in different events and provide you with different internship opportunities. And all this for free. There is absolutely no money involved at all, right from your induction into the program. We even pay for all your tickets, your travel fares from wherever you're coming. So there is no penny involved at all. Next slide, please. And what we want you to do also is that once you reach LGP, of course, we try to cultivate within you academic excellence and innovative aptitude, which many of you have done small projects in your neighborhood or in your schools. So we try to sort of see how we can streamline all this and then make you grow to your full potential. Okay, and how we do this is also by fostering curiosity and your problem solving skills, by offering you different projects, different workshops, which I'll come to you in detail. Basically, this is to sort of trickle your mind and make you very curious about what is happening in your everyday life. And we assist also to use your brain continuously. And also, when you have all these opportunities, of course, then you would be able to work on it even in a better way. And science, and so this is a program for science and mathematics student, but that doesn't mean a student who takes economics in the school want to really know how the different perspective of science and mathematics work. You're also welcome. We are not actually discriminating against students taking other courses, because this is also a holistic program where we actually make sure that you have great leadership and communication skills. And depending upon your skill set, we also give you a holistic overview of how you can take these skill set into your academics and make you even a better individual. And also because there is a lot of aspects of giving back into the society. We also help you cultivate and understand what it means to work in a community. And now you get trained through this program, and let's say you become a great professional at the end of it. But there's also should be a sense of giving back into the society. So all these things are not really things which you can teach, somebody can teach in a classroom. But with many examples, with many projects and workshops, we bring in all these ideas of ethics, morality, values, giving back to the community, so that at the end of it, you become also a better individual. That's the most important thing, which is a take home from this program. Next slide, please. Right. So now how we design this program is it's not just a summer program, because I think many of the people in India are and in the world are familiar with programs which run in the summer. You come here, you come to the venue and you learn some things and then go back, and then we don't have any connection. But this program is not like that. It's actually a year-round engagement where you start with the on-campus engagement. You come to Ashoka, live with us. The entire team is going to be there with you. So you can be assured of that. And we will support you through and through the campus. We'll get to know you a little better. And then we take you through a journey in the comfort of your home, wherever you are, in a virtual manner. And then that's something called continued learning, which is very important part after the summer, which ends in a month. So our program starts, we'll tell you the dates in a bit, but our program starts from May 17, 2025 and ends by June 16, 2025. But after that, you will be engaged with us in this continued learning process for the next 5 to 6 months until you come back into the program. And during this continued learning process, you will also have access to many opportunities. We will have internship programs for you. We will also have we'll also send you for competitions. Of course, these are all very competitive things. It's not like by default you enter into the program and then you go for all these things. You have to sort of earn it also, but I'm sure you're all smart students. So then you will be able to make the best use of it. So I would also request Prasenjit to go into the next slide. So yeah. So here in the academic programs, we are also mindful that the students are coming from different backgrounds, from not exactly the same socioeconomic conditions. You're coming from different geographies, from north, east, south, west of India. So you might also some of you might not be very fluent in English. So we are also very mindful of the fact, though the program, the medium of instruction of the program is in English, we really want you to be at par with any student which comes. So we also open academic bridging program once you're selected into the program to make sure that you understand English properly, you are confident here, you are mixing well with the students, because this is very important for how you see the program and what you get out of the program. And as I said, we have a plethora of science projects and workshops offered to the students. So for the 9th and 10th standard students, we will offer workshop, and for the 11th and 12th standard there are intense science projects which is happening for a month. So we'll have another webinar in the coming weeks where we will sort of brief you in detail about the curriculum. Now here, in the interest of time, I'm just skimming through the different aspects. And of course, like Vijay said, we have something called the Great Idea Seminar, where we are having Nobel laureates and people who are equivalent to Nobel laureates who have done great science coming and talking to the students in person. This is not virtual. This is during the on campus. So the whole thing, what I'm showing in the slide, is about the on-campus engagement of the Lodha Genius Program. And this year for 2025, we have Brian Schmidt and Paul Nurse, two big Nobel laureates in astrophysics and physiology and medicine, who is going to come and meet all the students in person and engage with you and interact with you. So this is a great chance for you, all of you. And we have really great mathematicians from institutes like the ISI and Ashoka University and ICERS, who are going to come and teach you mathematics and show you how to apply mathematics to science, or even take you through the whole data analysis, computation, probability, statistics area. And as I said, this program, we also focus on your holistic development. So we also have a lot of knowledge which will raise self-awareness and give you new insights about yourself, and also to design your life in the future. So So these are the very important, pillars of the programs, I can say. Next slide, please. So as you can see, the program is very rich. How do we do this, right? So we rope in faculty from across the world. And I think the important point here is we have a very good faculty to student ratio, which is 1:5, which is why we can pay attention to each and every one of you and help you achieve your goals. And we have a lot of PhD students, the program instructors from across the globe. And we have around more than, actually not even 70, we'll have almost 100 teaching assistants who are Ashoka undergraduate students who would be with you, along with you in your journey through and through, from the summer through the continued learning and till you come back. And we have program interns, and we have wardens and matrons also to take care of all the well-being of the students. And you can actually see how rich the partnership is. I'm not even going into the names of these universities, as you can see all on the screen. Next slide, please. Okay, so again, if you want to get a glimpse of the diversity of the workshops that we have for the grade 9th and 10th, you can actually see that it goes from Natural History Museum to gender and sexuality, to science of architecture, arts and astronomy, telescope building. So there's a lot of different flavors that we are trying to add for the 9th and 10th graders. The idea is that you do at least one workshop. One workshop will be 5 days. So one workshop in a week. So by the time you finish the program, you would have done at least 4 workshops, so that you also get an understanding of how really science works in the current world. And it's not caged into physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, like you learn in school. So it's very contextual that way. So next slide, please. And for the 11th and 12th, as I said, we deal with projects which are very intense. You have, again, this whole range of projects from quantitative biology to mathematics, problem solving, to AI and robotics. So many of them. And then you can choose one project and then complete it within 1 month. And of course, then you will have a presentation at the end of it to defend your project, exactly like a PhD thesis. Next slide, please. Yeah, and I'll just give you around 10 seconds to go through the testimonials of from the previous students who have attended the program. And this also shows that the value that the program brings into them and what these students really felt after taking this program. And many of these testimonials are on our website, so you can go and check that out also. So next slide, please. Okay, so I'm going to stop here and ask Prasenjit, my colleague, who's the program manager for the Lodha Genius Program, to take over. Because as I said, the on-campus engagement, which is the summer for 1 month, is only the start of something really big for you. And after that, we have continuous engagement through continued learning and access to different opportunities, which will also follow. So I'll request now Prasenjit to give a little glimpse of the continued learning modules and what to expect and what does it mean.
All right, thank you so much, Ambika. With LGP on-campus experience, of course, you get a flavor of different courses, different projects, which are very interdisciplinary in nature. And through this 1 month of experience, we have observed students gain a lot of interest in different streams, and we intend to hone that knowledge, interest further. And with that intent, we started something called as LGP Continued Learning, which is almost a 4 or 5 month engagement program, where we particularly dwell on 3 aspects. One is learning and development, in which we offer a slightly longer engagement and duration of courses, which are live classes, either conducted through live classes or are self-paced courses, because we do consider that you would have your other school academic commitments in place. So keeping that in mind, we have 2 different models or 2 different variety of courses, and you can either attend live classes or through self-paced courses. Of course, there is something called as mentorship, which is very need-based, which is personalized guidance for each and every student, so that you are handheld or you have a support ecosystem to navigate further ahead. And lastly, we have access and exposure, which is an glimpse into a more immersive experience to get through field visits to either conferences, competitions, and I'll speak more on it later on. But just to give you a glimpse of the part of courses that are part of learning and development, we have wide variety of courses, not only in the stream of, in the domain of STEM, but also slightly different. For example, education, justice, literacy is more interdisciplinary in nature and would more hone your critical thinking and writing skills. One of the unique things amongst all the courses that we have are, of course, one is interdisciplinary in nature. It is not pure physics, it's not pure chemistry, it's not pure biology. It's a mix of different subjects. Second thing is, not all of these courses are pure knowledge consumption. So all of these are more immersive in nature, more hands-on experience that will allow you to not only engage with the content in a very passive way, but you will actively contribute on it. And of course, so that is how all these courses are designed. This is just a glimpse of few of the courses that we had in extension to the previous slides. Some of them are conducted like the first three images that you see are conducted in a live class model. The bottom two are self-paced courses, which means that these are recorded lectures and you can engage with the course content as and when you find it feasible for you. To move into the next slide, this is basically the mentorship aspect. One of the important aspect is there are two reasons why mentorship we think is an important aspect part. One is that a lot of you are in the grade group of 9 to 12 when you'll be part of program, and you'll be grappling with academic and career potential career paths and prospects that you would be considering. Second is a lot of students would not have the resources or access or even awareness of different things that are happening around. Keeping these two factors in mind, we have put in place two key interventions. One is with our collaboration with something called a Science for Mentors, who would provide a need-based assistance to you for your academic related support, your career college pathways, which essentially includes exploring with you or brainstorming with you what are the potential career options that you could look on, of course, which is all personalized based on your own interests. And of course, the two other aspects are for professional skill development and guided support, for which we have counselors who will, one aspect is they will help you with getting necessary skills. For example, if you would wish to apply for an internship or project, how could we support you with your applications or SOP? Or in general, if you need a socio-emotional support as well, because I understand that these grades are crucial and there are so many things that you would need support on, because there are so many things on your plate. And if you would want to have a more structured thought process or a structured approach, they are of course there to help brainstorm with you on how to proceed ahead. Lastly, looking at the journey of the program, we move, of course, one ecosystem is with LGP, but we do not want students to be restricted in that ecosystem. For students who continue to demonstrate potential, we do want them to look for opportunities or provide them opportunities which are beyond LGP, at a national platform or at a global platform. To give a sense, we have basically three aspects that we are working on. One is internships, which is an opportunity to work with different organizations or universities to gain a more hands-on experience. An example of that is few of our students would in coming year would go to science internship program, which is held at University of California, Santa Cruz. A few of our students are going to France for European Tournament of Enthusiastic Mathematicians. And secondly, which is field visit, which is more an immersive learning experience by visit to research institutions, observatories. I don't know if you remember the courses that I showed for one of the courses called Physics of Astrophysics. Few of our students will be visiting the GMRT. It's a telescope observatory based out of Pune. And lastly, there are competitions and conferences. Which is an opportunity to represent LGP and India, and of course, national and international platforms. An example of that is few of our students would soon be a part of a 100-student cohort going for a Design for Change conference in Dubai. So, of course, the idea is that whatever experience and learning experiences that you have at LGP, you hone them further and you, of course, demonstrate at different platform at a national and an international level. One aspect is, of course, you get that level of exposure to see how things are beyond LGP. Another aspect is it is a great opportunity for you to also hone your academic and career prospects further. And of course, to reiterate, all these opportunities that we provide are fully funded, are entirely taken care by LGP. The only requirement for you is to continue learning and keep demonstrating, keep doing the good work, which I'm sure you'll do. And that is how it is structured. So coming back to now, that was the idea of LGP. Coming back to the key dates of the program. So we start off the applications from December 1st, which will go on till January 15th. In February, you would have an online aptitude test, which maybe Ambika can elaborate on later on, but I'll quickly just skim through the dates. Once you clear the test, or once you clear the criteria, which would be there for the online test, you would be called for a student interview. Followed by the student interview, if you clear both the rounds, you will be inducted into the LGP 2025 cohort. The on-campus experience will start from May 17th and it will be a month long, so it will go on till June 16th. And from July 2025 onwards, we will start with the LGP continued learning. Lastly, just the eligibility. So students who are currently in grade 8 to grade 11th, which means that by May 2025, you would be from 9 to grade 12, are eligible to apply for this program. The selection process, like I have said, that you have to submit an online application form, which will open from December 1st and which will be open till January 15th. After which you would receive a test. It was a national level aptitude test, and followed by which there would be an interview. I'd request Ambika if you'd like to elaborate a little on the selection process.
Yeah, so I think we are doing a separate webinar for that. And because in the interest of time, we can come back to it because I know there will be some questions around it.
Okay.
So I think we can now take a little bit of questions and see if there are some aspects coming around the test and the interviews. But we are doing a dedicated webinar in the coming weeks about test and about the tests and interviews and the selection process. So I guess many of you will attend all the webinars because we plan to roll out webinars almost every week or every 2 weeks. So watch out for our space, for our Instagram handles, and you can follow me on LinkedIn. It's Anupama Ambika Anil Kumar. So most of the posts will be there. So you can, and also in Ashoka University's LinkedIn, we'll have all this webinar information given. So do follow those webinars, and all of you, whoever has attended now, will be receiving the webinar link, a recorded link. So if you have missed something in the beginning, do not worry. You will be getting the recording, so you can watch it over and over again. Okay, so let's now take a few questions so that we can also clear some of the doubts that you have. And so it's Shaurya first. Shaurya, I'm just going to allow you to talk. Can you unmute yourself and ask the question?
Yeah, hi, Ambika. Can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
Yeah, hi. This is Shaurya's mother, actually.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to ask for the students who have attended the program, Lodha Genius Program last year, is
Yeah.
it the same selection process for them this year as well? They have to go through the same process, or is it any different?
No, so for the students who have been part of the Lodha Genius program in 2023 and 2024, you do not have to apply again. You are into the program, but we will, of course, try and do an analysis on your performance through and through in both the summer and the continued learning. We will share an email with you about whether Shaurya is in or not. And this totally depends on his engagement with the program. And it's a very separate process. This is only for the new students who have to apply into the program. Otherwise, you don't have to do this.
All right. Thanks, Ambika.
No problem. Next, I'll just allow Tanya to talk. Tanya Mukherjee.
Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me? Good morning.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning. Actually, I am a teacher, and
Yeah.
our school is interested to register our students. I'm
Yeah.
just wondering whether the school has to register or the children can individually register for the program.
The students can individually register. So the application will start on
Okay.
December 1st and it will be there on our
All right.
website. So
All
Manendra,
right.
maybe you can just put the link of the website here so that they can go through the application process. So they have to do individual application.
And there is any registration fees for the same, ma'am?
No. There's
At
no
all?
fee at any stage. No,
In
not
any
at all.
field. All right. That's it. Thank you, ma'am.
Zero.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, and I see that there are some questions in the chat box, I mean, in the Q&A box for the eligibility of the program. So if you are in grade 8th now, that means you will be in grade 9th in May, then you are eligible to apply. Okay, so whoever is in grade 8, 9, 10, 11 right now, as we speak, can apply for the program. So that you will be in grade 9, 10, 11, 12 when the program starts. So a lot of people had that question. And I see a lot of queries are coming now about the exam. So there's a webinar dedicated for that, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. So you don't have to worry about the exam at all. It is a simple exam, which is based on your scientific aptitude and a little bit of critical thinking and your logic and also your social behavior. So, and it's not something that you have learned in school or anything. So it's not difficult. And we are going to assess the 9th standard students within the 9th standard students and 10th standard students within 10th standard students. So you do not have to worry about the difficulty level at all. I think the exact dates, test of interview, everything is there on the screen. Please look at the screen. We have given the key dates. So I think this will be easier for you to know which dates you have to be worried about and where you have to be alerted. And any board students can apply for it, whether it's state board, CBSE, ICSE, IB, anybody can apply for it. There is no problem. I'm just trying to say, is there any other hand raised who wants to? Yeah, I can see. So it's a bit difficult for me to move the screen. Okay, there is somebody called Paris OB. Oh, now it's disappeared. Okay, yeah, I'll let you talk, Paris.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, please, I have some couple of questions.
Yes.
Number one, okay, I attended Science Sport last year. I guess that's why the link was sent to me.
Okay.
So, but I also see that it's the eligibility is for students who are in, I think, grade 8 to grade 11.
Yes, currently in
But
grade 8 to 11.
yes, I am a university student.
Okay, so then you will not be eligible for it. It's for high school students.
Yes, okay, this is basically for high school students.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to be sure. Then second question, for people who are within this grade but are not in India or the continent, are they still eligible? Is there grants for transportation
So we
or
give only
such thing?
transportation for domestic. If you are coming from abroad, then you'll have to pay for the international travel because this is mostly for Indians, but we do make an exception in case you're outside India. But then we pay only for the domestic travel.
Oh, okay. That answers my question. Thank you so much.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
There are some questions which are related to test. Of course, we'll do a webinar separately, but just to give an idea of what will be tested on, it will be scientific inquisitiveness, social intelligence, and mathematics. And you don't require a specific preparation per se. It won't be aligned to your school curriculum. It would be a general aptitude test. So And of course, the details of it will communicate later on in a separate webinar. But for now, just to give a sense, that is how the test would be.
Yeah.
I hope
I
that
guess,
addresses on what it would be, how the difficulty would be, and if there is specific preparation that is required.
yeah, usually we have a lot of queries on tests. So going to Puneet. Puneet, you can talk now. Puneet Kumar, yeah.
Good morning, ma'am.
There's a lot of echo. Can you,
This
is
is
that okay?
Manas.
I think there's a lot of echo, Puneet. If you can write your query in the chat, that will be good, okay? Because I
Good morning,
cannot
ma'am.
hear
This
you.
is Manas from St. Karen Secondary School.
Yes. Okay. Hi, Manas.
What I was asking was that is there any specific syllabus for this test for a
No,
grade 9 student?
we don't have a specific syllabus like Prasenjit just explained. It's these categories of questioning. It's basically scientific aptitude and your critical thinking aspects and also social behavior. So there's no particular subject, and do not worry about the test. Maybe Vijay, you can come in and then say for a minute about this whole fretting around the test.
Yeah,
All right. Thank you.
may I come in, Ambika?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I know it's tough on the parents because we are used, and the students, we are used to a system where we have a syllabus and you're going to be examined on that. But the good side of our school learning is you learn also, in addition to your syllabus, you learn how to think, how to analyze, what is logical, and so on. That we often forget that we have learned that. So the kids are actually well prepared. They're better prepared than we think. Imagine if you go out on the street or you go to another new place and you confront a problem, you're not looking at how your school teaching would help you solve that problem. That is there in the background. But you've learned that things fall down, that planes fly up and come down, cars go in a certain way, and you can negotiate the world around us. And you're smart enough to do that. So don't worry about the test. The test tests you really about how logical and creative and innovative you are in dealing with the world around us. And it's not a difficult test. Our problem actually is the other way around. It's not that the test is difficult and so on. The problem is that we'd like to ideally take everyone who applies. That's not feasible. We'd like to ideally take people from all over the country. That's not feasible. We have a limited number. So another point I'd like to make is keep in mind, in case you don't get in, it's not the end of the world. We are always still there. It's not even anything at all. And you have access to what we're doing. You know what we're doing, and it's fun. So don't take it more seriously than we should. The idea is not to make it just another kind of test.
Yeah, thanks, Vijay, and I hope some people are reassured. I know even we say this many times, you will not be, but this is the reality. Okay, so I think you will understand it in some time. So moving on, there's Kingshuk Sarkar. I'll just unmute. I'll ask you to speak, Kingshuk.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
My son studies 11th standard with commerce stream.
Okay.
So will he be eligible to attend that test?
Yeah, of course. I mean, if he really wants to, so we have sort of mentioned to you about the kind of courses that we offer as workshops and project. And now because he's in 11th standard, it'll be a project. But I think there is enough lateral approach and interdisciplinary thinking that it doesn't matter whether it's a commerce student or an art student. If you want to really understand science from a different perspective or maths from a different perspective, then definitely. And the test is not going to be, based on what he learned, what he would have learned in science if he took up science. So it's completely fine. They can definitely attend the test.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Next person is Aryaveer Sani. Can you speak? Aryaveer?
Hello,
Yeah.
am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. My question is my son is in eighth grade right now, and by
Yeah.
the time he will be going, he would be in the ninth grade. But then
Yes.
he has a very set of mind for the commerce background that he would like to have only commerce. Now, if he argues
Mm.
with me that it is all based upon science and mathematics, though you have clarified in the earlier question that the students can apply, but
Yeah.
would you be how it would be helpful to the students who are for the set of commerce, and
Mm.
how this science and mathematics would help them automatically in their future?
Yeah. So good question. So I think right now you can see that in school curriculum, all these things are a bit caged, right? So sometimes some students don't know even that there are certain aspects of science and mathematics where a commerce student or an economic student can apply for, or this is something that would interest to them. So this program's idea is also to help them understand the different perspectives, and sometimes it can change also their career path. Maybe this student or the son or daughter can figure out that, okay, I'm interested in this aspects of science, I didn't see science in this way. So that's a way of actually changing the perspective within oneself. So that is also something the program does, and I'm sure that they'll have enough opportunities to actually learn science and maths in a very, very different way, different angle. So I would strongly encourage anybody who is interested in such programs and to have a really great time having this sense of community and engaging with the different aspects of science and mathematics. It's actually a STEAM program. It's actually just not STEM. So we do have a lot of things even in the interface of arts and science. So a commerce student can definitely try his or her hand, and it's anyway quite early on in their career path to actually say, no, I like only this or I don't like only this. So maybe this is a program where you could actually see whether you have different interests. So that's what I'll have to say about that.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
No problem. Next, let's go to Alia Parveen.
Yeah, hi. I am
Hi.
representing Aga Khan Hostel at Hyderabad. So
Okay.
I'm the head of hostel. So I just wanted to know if the children are registered, and will you be conducting any kind of webinar or orientation for them before
Yes.
attending the test?
Yes. So we generally we also have many webinars which are thematic. So right now this is the first webinar where we introduce the program and take you through the different aspects. But then in the coming weeks we will have webinars around specific topics about the curriculum, about the test, about the logistics, about the life at Ashoka, and all these aspects. So we'll keep sending you all these links of the webinars, and since you're registered, we do have your email ID. So you will definitely receive that. And if at all after all that you find that there are more doubts and clarifications which are required, we'll be happy to have a dedicated webinar for you.
Thank you so much.
No problem. So let's now go to LFS GNT. LFS GNT, can you talk?
Hello.
Hi.
Good morning, everyone. Ma'am, first let me appreciate you all for taking this initiative to conduct this program for us, where you're giving a platform for our students eventually to chase their dreams. Thank you. Here is my question.
Yeah.
Our school has only up till the 10th standard. ICSE school, it is 40 years old, but we don't have any 11th and 12th. So my query here is the present 10th batch who are appearing for the board exam, can they, if they apply, suppose they register themselves, so is that okay for them? Like, they will be coming under the banner of our school or individually? Is that advisable? Because board exams for ICSE board will be in the month of February after 25th of February. So how to suggest and guide them? Can you just brief out?
So that's okay. I mean, they can put in your school's name because that will be the school name which will be there at the time of application. And anyway, as we said, it's just not a summer program, right? So we are in touch with them through and through. So whatever changes which will happen, we will record it and we will assist it accordingly. But for the starters, I think they can apply in the name of your school. As in,
Oh.
it will be an individual application from the student, but then when there is a column where you have to put in a school name, so they can put your school's name.
Okay. Okay. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
No problem. Thank you. Next, we go to Navika. Navika.
Hi, this is Navika's mother.
Yeah.
Actually, my daughter is in class 8
Mhm.
and she will be promoted to 9th next year. So I
Yes.
think she's eligible. But
Yes.
one thing is there, the school will reopen on
Huh.
the month of May. So for that, how should I get approval from the principal if she gets selected?
Yeah. So thank you for bringing that question. It's an important point. So we do have students coming from almost 25 states in the country. And the school vacation, as you know, the summer is not the same in every part of India. So many of the students take holidays 2 to 3 weeks from the school and come. And we can give a letter which can be submitted to the school principal, and usually the school allows them. And most of the students who are coming into the program, they have to take some amount of leave because we have only that much window. But we are happy to talk. If the letter doesn't work, we can also have a meeting with the school authorities, which we are used to doing. So that shouldn't be a problem. We have a formal way of dealing with it.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. So let's go to Sanvi now. Sanvi, can you talk?
Can you hear me? Am I
Yes,
audible?
very well. Yes.
Yeah. So I actually am in 9th. I will be going to 10th by the time the program is there. So I had some questions regarding the aptitude test. Is it like, are there any resources available to prepare for it? Because you don't want to go over there like completely not expecting anything, or are there any resources available?
So we will be doing a webinar, Sanvi, a dedicated webinar for the test, and we'll take you through a document which will also be put up on the website, which will have crucial aspects about the test, what to expect and things like that. It won't be a model question paper, but it will be something which will throw a little bit more light on how the test is conducted and what could be the content of the test. So this would be enough for you to understand and gauge what is expected in the test. So yeah, so that will be provided in the coming weeks.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Next, let's go to Harshit.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I talk this webinar, how to join IM.
How to join what?
Ma'am, this webinar, why join this webinar?
Why did you join
Okay,
this
so
webinar?
this webinar is only mainly for to give an idea about the Lodha Genius Program, the information that which you have would have received. And this today is just to give an overview of what we do as a program and important dates for the application. So that is what the webinar is for. I hope that answers one part of your question. I'll just add one extra info. There would be subsequent webinars to give more inputs on how this program is going to benefit you, what are the next steps, and all of those aspects. Does that answer your question?
Ma'am?
Yes.
Yes, I asked that this webinar benefits, what benefits of this webinar? Please tell me, ma'am.
So we will send you the recording. You can watch right from the beginning. So we have been talking about it for the past 54 minutes. So if you still didn't understand, you can watch the recording and all the details are given in that. Okay? All right.
Ma'am, please
Thank
tell me.
you. So let's go to the next person. That's Shweta. Shweta,
Yeah, ma'am, my question is answered on this thing, but I also wanted to know by when will the 2024 students, cohort students will get to know that whether they are selected or not in 2025.
yeah, so
So
by
we
end of,
will-
yeah, sorry, Prasenjit.
We'll be closing off with continued learning by December. So we'll be starting that process only at the end of December or the beginning or of January, mid-Jan. So we'll start with the process. We'll have our own screening and everything. but we'll communicate somewhere in 2025 itself, slightly a month or two advance in program, which will like enough window for you to accommodate and plan the on-campus engagement for the upcoming year.
And also, when I saw all the courses and curriculum right now, they are more or less the same. So, will the thing be different, or like suppose for mathematics, will the curriculum be the same, or will it be a little different?
So
So you are talking about the student who's coming in, right? So it will be different because, of course, we can't keep it the same. It will be an advanced module. So, for example, if the student has taken astronomy and says astronomy level 1 or level 2, because if it's level 1, that means in 2024, this person just entered, and then that person will take level 2. So level 2 will be something which is a mix of, classroom experimentation plus a field visit. Now, level 3, if you enter, which will be the cohort of 23 who's going to come back to 25, they will actually be working in a actual physical lab, which is not in Ashoka, but for like around 2 weeks, and then come to Ashoka during the program. So that's going to be a more advanced level. So they will not be taking the same courses or same workshops or something like that. It will be very different for them.
Okay, so so means if they choose the same topics like what they chose in 2024, they will be doing an extra like level ahead,
They
right?
will, exactly. So if they choose the same topics, it'll be another level. Otherwise, they choose a different topic. That's the thing.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am.
No problem. Thank you. Next we go to Aditya. Aditya, you can talk.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, good morning, ma'am. So I have two questions in total. One of them is I'm in class 11th right now, commerce stream with mathematics. And by the time I attend this course, I will be in 12th. So there's no problem in that whatsoever, right?
No.
Okay. And the last question which I have is, I have an interest in front office quantitative analysis. So I want to know how will this help me in that career path?
Front office what?
Quantitative analysis.
Okay, so one thing is here, as I said, it's not very caged approach that we have, but then we do have a lot of courses in quantitation, whether it's in biology, whether it's in mathematical modeling or computation, whatever it is. So all these experiences would be helping you in this particular career path. It doesn't have to be exactly in the context that we are teaching. The idea is to understand the process of learning, whichever field it is, and to apply it elsewhere. So this is why we have to have that diverse approach, and then we are not going to go in a very narrow, narrow-based approach.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Next, we go to Arnav. Sorry, Arnav got skipped. Arnav.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon. This is Anil, Arnav's father. And first of all, thank you very much for patiently answering so many questions since last 15-20 minutes. And I'm sorry, I received this link very late from one of my colleagues, so I didn't start from the very beginning. So I just had one question which I think was not asked so far, and maybe it was covered initially in your presentation. You said about 300 students you take as for this summer program. Is there any allocation class-wise that you do, or it's only purely that it can be all from, say, some grade depending upon the merit?
No. So it's actually 1:1:1:1 for all the class.
Okay. So it would be like 75 each from respective class.
Yes, something like that.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
No problem. Now we can go to is there somebody else? I think Puneet has already, we have answered him. So that's fine.
Can I interrupt for a second?
Sorry?
Can I interrupt for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have another meeting at 12, so I have to go. But I just want to say I really enjoyed this and thank you all very, very much. And, our entire team is always there for answering your questions. And as Ambika said, all of this is recorded, so you can look at it again anytime. Thank you very, very much.
Thanks,
Bye.
Vijay.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Are there any questions, Prasenjit? Because we are at 12 o'clock now. So
We
if we
don't
have
have any questions in the chat or I think in the Q&A, more or less everything is answered.
one raised hand, which has come in. Maybe we'll take
Okay.
the last one of the raised hand. That's Laksh. Laksh, you can talk. Laksh? Are you there, Laksh? Okay, I don't hear him. So I guess I'm just going to remove it. Anyway, oh, there's a couple more people who have come in. Maybe quickly see. Sushant? Sushant? Sushant Tiwari, are you here? I don't see that. Okay. Sushant?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, good afternoon.
Ma'am, can you hear me properly?
Yes.
Ma'am, I joined late and I don't know about that. So please, can you explain the total benefits of this? What is the program and what is the benefits of it?
What we will do is, Sushant, since we are running out of time and we have your email ID, we will send you the entire webinar recording. This is recorded so that you have not missed any details. Okay, so you can watch it, and then still, if you have queries, you can write to us at Lodha Genius Programme at ashoka.edu.in. Maybe Manvendra, you can just put in that address. Yeah, it's already
There in
put
the
in here. Yeah, so you have 2 helpline numbers here and also an email. So please write to us after watching the webinar if you still have some clarifications, and we'll be happy to clarify those questions.
Okay, ma'am. Very thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Okay, Prasenjit, I think we should close because we are at 12:02 now.
Yes. Okay. Just reiterating on the application date starts on December 1st till January 15th. Regarding the webinar, we will be sending you the link of recording. So if in case you have missed, you can go back to it. In the chat, we have shared about our helpline numbers along with our email ID. If you have any queries regarding anything about LGP, please write to us and we'd get back to you within 24 hours. So since we are running out of time, we won't be able to take any more questions. But thank you so much for joining this webinar. And it was a pleasure to interact with you all. And we look forward to all your registrations. And yes, thank you and have a nice day.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, team, for being there on a Saturday. Thank you. I think we went